SB19.
Akin yung intro.
Ganun nga yun eh. Ganun mag-intro ang boys. Ayan. So ngayon manonood ulit tayo ng mga backlog natin sa buhay, guys.
Uy, yung mga nandiyan sa live stream, mag-like naman kayo, guys.
Mag-live?
Mag-like.
Like this.
Mag-like kayo, guys.
Shoutout ka na Leo 1997.
Kay Laura De Vera. Kay happy birthday belated. Although nabati ko na siya, belated happy birthday. Kay Tita Corazon Ayuro, 8646. At kay Angie. Yon, sale. Kay Imogen. Hello!
Hello mga everybody! Ayan, panoorin na natin yung mga matagal na natin backlog.
Mahaba nito.
Ano?
Mahaba to. Di ba 1 oras din to? Mahigit ba? Tama ba? Pero ito very interesting. Yung mga ganito mga topic-topic nila. At saka si Justin Pongfi de Dios.
Ayun! Ito mo rin. Okay, good. Hindi exciting to sa inyo pero baka lang.
Hi everyone, we are SB19 and welcome to our podcast, Time First. Yun. And for today's episode, we're very honored and happy kasi makakasama natin ang isang legend, isang inspirasyon sa maraming tao. And kilala siya bilang Mr. Pure Energy. But today, pag-uusapan natin on yung time, kung paano niya ginagamit ang time sa buong buhay niya, and yun, paano siya naging inspirasyon sa maraming tao. So please welcome Sir Gary V.
Yay! Hi everyone, good to be here. Good to be with these guys.
No, nagkita na naman tayo ulit. parang lagi po tayo nagkikita, no?
Oh. Pero at least now, I'm in better health now, di ba? Kasi yung last time na, no?
How are you, po? How are you?
I'm good. I'm 100% now. Josh, I'm like, kung may concert bukas, game. Kung may concert kinabukasan, sige, game. Kung may concert na, game.
So, mag-concert na tayo ngayon.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Pero gusto ko lang sabihin, kasi sabi ni Sir Gary, lagi tayo nagkikita, pero mas better yung feeling niya. Pero, to be honest po, Sir Gary, every time na nakikita ka namin, parang never namin nahalata na meron kang nararamdaman or anything. Kasi parang you always look 100% okay.
Parang ikaw, Steve.
Hindi, to be honest.
Ako rin po actually.
Kahit po nung concert niyo po, yung last time
Well,
kasama tayo, di halata po eh.
Siguro, since we're talking about time, di ba? I think you really have to put time into taking care of yourself. For sure. You know, unang-una, I don't have to go through my whole rundown of all that I've gone through and all that I am going through. But I do take time to take care of myself. I take time to ride my bike. Kagagaling lang namin sa Cebu nung isang araw, and from the airport, bike na ako pa uwi. Yung mga tipong ganun. I watch my diet, I take the right medications. I go to the doctor, nagpapa-check up ako, and this is the result of all of that. And of course, there's prayer involved. Kaya all of that. Kumbaga kasi di ba mahilig ako mag-bike. So yung rayos ng gulong ng bisikleta, kung hindi tama ang higpit nun, delikado yun. Kasi you can crash. So that in life, that's so for me the most important. Yung mga rayos na yun. Prayer, exercise, medication, and diet.
Kumbaga, dapat lahat ng parte in good condition.
Oo. Ay, hindi naman magiging perfect, di ba? Kasi syempre may...
Saka isa pa, insurance. May nakalimutan ka pa, Gary V, insurance. Just in case, diba? Mga mahal mo sa buhay, insured.
Pero problema ng maraming Pilipino yan. Although, siguro maraming Pilipino gusto maging insured, pero the budget talaga.
Hi, Rosanna Javier. Hello. Pero sino sa inyo dyan yung nag-take care of yourselves na?
Yun talagang
Halimbawa, iniisip na nila yung health nila, nag-exercise na, tinitingnan na nila yung pagkain nila.
Yung BP, minomonitor.
Yung mga ganon. May ganon na ba kayo?
May mga lubak din sa buhay natin.
Yes.
And minsan, nagkaka-flat ka sa pagbabike. Minsan, nagkaka-flat ka rin sa buhay. Papalitan yung gulong. Then you go ahead.
So, that's really great po, no? Na parang, kasi most of the people, parang thanks na, minsan napapabayaan na yung time to, syempre, for your health, for your mental health din. Syempre, yung mga ganong bagay na binibigyan nyo siya ng time napakalaking bagay nun. Kasi katulad po for us, minsan kinakalimutan na rin namin yung ibang, yung physical stuff about ourselves, yung mga feeling namin, masyado na may pupuyat. Hindi, kaya pa yan, bata pa tayo eh. Pero for you, parang
Biglang babawi
talagang,
yun.
tulad ng sabi nyo, you have time for it
Binawi
na bigyan siya ng oras.
And not only have time,
Pag binawian ka niya, bawi buhay mo.
you have to make
Kasi
time for it. Kasi,
kahit, di ba, kahit
I mean,
tayo,
especially-
tayo, meron naman tayong mga kakilala, ang healthy, grabe magsipagtrabaho. Parang akala mo talagang ang tataas din mga energy. Kung magtrabaho, may kakilala ako, 14 hours kung magtrabaho, 15 hours a day. Ganon sila. As in, minsan, Monday to Saturday, Monday to Sunday, ganyan sila magtrabaho, 14, 12 hours. Bigla na lang nasa-stroke. Ay, yun.
Magugulat ka na lang.
Gugulat na lang sila, ang lalakas kumita, grabe, ang lalakas nila kumita. Tapos isang boom, ganon, ubos ang savings nila.
Huwag dapat wag mong abusuhin yung strength na meron ka. Hindi ko mo dahil bata-bata ka pa eh. Parang, kaya yan, bata pa naman tayo eh. Dapat alagaan mo sarili mo hanggat bata ka pa.
to all of those watching right now, lalong-lalo na pagdating sa health, you have to make time to go and have your self-check. Ay, natatakot ako kasi meron akong nararamdaman. Mas okay nga eh. Ibig sabihin, may time na maaring maagapan kung ano man ang problemang yun. You make time to see the doctor. Kung sabihin sa kanya na, alam mo, medyo may problema tayo dito, mas okay na makarinig ka ng ganun kesa, alam mo, wala na tayong magagawa. Tapos na, may katapusan ng buhay mo, ito, yung bibigay namin. 'Di ba? But when you find something wrong with your body, na natutunan ko rin na when you find something wrong with your body is telling you it's time to go and have yourself checked.
Exactly. Kasi tayong mga Pinoy, parang napansin ko lang mga, wala, di ba, parang takot na takot sa
Yes.
doktor, takot sa doktor, ayoko baka mamaya sabihin sa akin, Tapos sasabihin nila, kuwari lang, nagpagalinto lang ako kung ano sakit ko. Pero hindi nila alam. Overtime kasi nag-i-stack lang yun eh, di ba? So parang na-trigger lang kasi unhealthy ka na talaga to begin with. Yung lifestyle mo, yung ginagawa mo. So nakakatakot syempre. Pagdating mo dun one time, biglang magugulat ka na lang. Yan nga po tulad ng sabi mo. May taning ka na pala. O kaya malala na, di ba?
Pero gusto ko yung sinabi ni Sir Gary. Kasi it's a choice eh. Parang sasabihin nila, importante naman siyang bagay. Pero sasabihin, busy kasi ako, may trabaho, may pasok.
The
pero you
choice.
really have to make time.
You have to make time.
Yun
Choose it. And katulad ng
Pero iba kasi talaga walang capacity.
Ay,
Problem
yun
natin sa
ang
Pilipinas
problema dito sa atin. Kasi yung healthcare system. Healthcare system natin.
Kasi hindi tayo capable for monetary reasons di ba? So, umaasa tayo sa kung ano man yung magagawa ng government para sa karamihan sa mga Pilipino.
Kasi pag halimbawa, tulad ngayon, majority naman ng Pilipino may PhilHealth. Although may PhilHealth sila, nagbabayad sila regularly, pero kapag halimbawa magkasakit ka, kung member ka ng halimbawa yung yakap ng PhilHealth, isang ospital lang yung pwede mo puntahan, doon ka lang pwede magpa-check up. What if hindi available yung kailangan mo doon?
Yan ay kung may PhilHealth ka, pero ibang mga Filipinos walang PhilHealth.
Oo, di ba?
So,
saka kung sakali mo ba, ma-hospital ka or ma-confine ka sa ospital, ang mangyayari, minsan ang umaasa yung mga may hirap ng mga Pilipino na, may malaki yung madi-discount at may PhilHealth ka, di ba? Pero hindi laging ganun. Minsan magugulat ka, ang laki ng bill mo. Ang discount mo, 6%. Patay. 100,000 yung bill mo, ang discount mo, 6%. Ang sakit sa bulsa.
Ay, drama girl.
a lot of people minsan na sila sa kuya Regeta, 'di ba? Parang hindi na ako makakakain ng ganito, ng ganyan. But I remember my nutritionist once told me, "Gary, I'm not going to teach you how to eat less. I'm going to teach you how to eat right." So, ibig sabihin, makakakain pa rin ako. Oo naman. Natural yun di ba? Lahat ng katawan natin, nagugutom din tayo and all, but eat what is right. And then you'll see the effects later on. And so when people say, wow, grabe, no, hindi ka tumataba and all that, I watch my diet and I am able to eat. Hindi ako nagugutom.
Yeah.
Yan sa akin din, lagi sinasabi. Minsan, ang akala ng mga tao, parang hindi ako kumakain kasi payat ako eh. Parang siguro akala minsan ng iba, ay ano kasi jeans mo lang yan or hindi ka tumataba kasi hindi ka kumakain ng matino or ano parang ganun. Hindi ganun yun. Ilang taon na kaya ako? Mag 30 years old ka lang, kita mo kung gaano kabilis ang bumagal yung ang tawag dito? Metabolism ng tao. Mag 35 ka, 36 ganyan, hindi basta-basta hindi madali ma-maintain ng weight, lalo na pagdating sa mga babae.
No, like, especially sa kabataan at especially kami talagang hindi namin na pag nakakita kami ng food, no, nandyan yung ako na dami food So,
Kain.
It's
Lalo na sige.
yes, oily foods and all.
Lalo na sa amin, mga lalaki, diretsahan na malakas kami lumamon. Lalo na pag, galing high school, ay grabe, lakas kumain. Kaso kasi ang problem sa mga lalaki, kapag once na natigil na yung physical activities
yung
nila.
mga basketball.
Basketball. Tapos nauwi ka sa desktop,
job,
na trabaho, di ba? Napunta ka halimbawa sa mga call center, naging secretary ka,
IT ka.
Yari ka, mag-ipon ka ng taba. Maswerte lang SB19 din kasi syempre mga dancers sila, very busy, naglalalakad. So payat pa rin sila, pero dapat talaga yung pagkain mo, kung ano lang yung kailangan ng katawan mo. Yun lang yung kainin.
Meron kasi akong program and they actually allow a day where you have time to take the foods na medyo bawal sa iba't ibang araw, no?
Cheat day.
It's andyan So you take a little bit of it, hindi yung you take a little bit of it. You take a little bit of it, enough to fill your appetite and go, okay. And when you get used to that system, there will come a time when you eat too much, kaagad, sobrang kinain ko, sige, itong gagawin ko when I wake up, ito ang gagawin ko next day and the days to come.
Isang kutsara lang daw ng bawal na food. Pero yung kutsara, sagwan. Gano'n ka na. Gano'n ka na. Pero sobrang nakaka-relate po ako. Kasi ako, yung tipo ko po na pag may pagkain, kain po talaga ako ng pagkain. Sabi naman ng coach ko, "Hoy coach, pwede kumain ng madami, basta tama yung kinakain."
That's it. Eating right. Di ba?
Tama yung kinakain mo, tsaka depende sa araw. Kapag may practice ang SB ng magtatadtad tayo ng it's about choreography today, ngayong araw na to. Sige, magkakain ka muna. Pero pagka ang target nyo lang ay magpa-practice lang ng kanta, iba yung requirement nun.
May question po ako related to parang running out of time naman po. Kasi right now, syempre po, parang nandun kami sa career namin na we are still starting. Although magsa 7 years na po kami. But we still feel na it's not forever. We felt like we're running out of time na kailangan namin gawin lahat ng pwede namin gawin right now. And ayun nga po, there's a possibility na mapabayaan din namin yung mga dapat na ginagawa namin. So, during po nung nagsa-start po ba kayo, na-feel nyo rin po ba na parang during that time na nasa peak, very peak kayo ng career, nagsisimula na it's not forever, maubusan din ako ng time. Pero yun nga po, right now nandito kayo, so how are you able to...
Okay. Meron akong, I'll share with you a story that inofferan kasi ako. Okay, I was recording, I had signed up with a Christian company in the US and they guaranteed me, Gary, if you move to the United States, we can guarantee you that in a few months, your name will become a household name sa lahat ng mga Christian homes. Kasi medyo kilala talaga yung Christian company na yun. But there was the issue of time came to my mind when I looked at my family. At that time, Paolo, Gabriel, and Kiana needed their dad to be around. Because that time of their life was running out. They were only going to be that age for a few more years. Yung growing years pa. And if I said, okay, sige, I'll take that offer to go to the United States, ibig sabihin nun, I would be 3 to 4, maybe even 5 months on tour.
Dilema yan ng mga nag-OFW, no? Lalo na yan, yung kapatid ko, ganyan. Eksakto. Yung kailangan mag-abroad to provide for your family. Pero at the same time, yun nga yung growing period na parang sarap sana maging kasama ng anak ko.
Kasi napakabilis nun, yung ba 1, 2, 3
Oo, yung mga
years old,
ganon, di ba? Doon mo lang mawi-witness yun eh. Di ba? Tapos, hirap, di ba? Pag nandito ako sa Pilipinas, nalit lang lang kikitain ko rito.
So pag nagpunta sila sa ibang bansa, 3 or 4 times yung kikitain nila, depende sa trabaho.
Yun yung dilemma.
Then I'd come home, take a break for a month, and then back on tour again. Meanwhile, the kids
Growing.
are growing old without their dad. In fact, among the 3 kids, at binanggit ko to sa wedding ni Kiana, sa reception, that Kiana was the one that suffered the most. She's the one na bihirang-bihira kung kasama talaga sa mga tours. Yung si Gabriel kasi sumasayaw kaya nakakasama siya. Paolo naman was old enough and always alam niya kung ano yung responsibility niya as the eldest in the family. But Kiana, the only girl, was always left at home. So that is time that I cannot bring back, and I kind of regret to a certain degree,
Mahirap
But
mamili, no?
she's very
Pag magulang
independent
ka,
now. Pero
Hindi mo alam
when
kung
I look back
provide
at
ka ba o dapat
lahat ng mga
present ka.
times na kumuha ako ng mga videos, as they were growing up, that's the one.
Tapos ang masakit pa, kapag halimbawa, di ba, kaya mo mag-abroad, mag-OFW. So, syempre yung anak mo, minsan may cases na hindi mo pwedeng iiwan sa sa tito-tita niya, ganun, or sa grandma,
In-laws,
grandpa. Right. Ang problem, kukuha ka ng kasambahay na mag-aalaga sa anak mo, babysitter. Tapos pag uwi mo, after ng a few years, mas malapit na yung bata dun sa babysitter. Oh, sakit, di ba, no? Ang
Hindi ko masyadong kilala. Kilala ka naman kasi ngayon may video call naman, ganun. Pero iba pa rin yung iba pa rin kasi talaga yung nakakasama ka.
di ba talaga?
Kasi yung video call lang. Swerte nga may video call. Di ba
Dati
dati
wala.
letter lang?
One.
Kaya
So,
ang daming nasisirang pamilya.
when I
dati.
think about time and time running out, time is running out for all of us, no? But I think I'm making the right decisions sa mga ginagawa ko ngayon. I'm making the right decisions in being able to speak to the youth when I do the face-to-face advocacies and I get to spend an hour and a half with them. Halos naman lahat sa kanila, hindi naman talaga ako kilala. They only know my music because narinig nila ng konti nung lumalaki sila, pinapatugtog sa bahay. But that's time that is valuable and precious to me.
Nakakatuwa po.
Yeah, that's
Kasi,
what I do.
Alam niyo po, nung parang before po namin i-release yung song, meron po kaming mga individual stories about time. And majority na na-relate sa amin is time for family.
Yeah.
So it's not really parang for ourselves lang, but yung oras na nauubos namin without our family. Although yung work, yung ginugugulan namin ng oras is for them, iba pa rin po yung time na makasama mo yung pamilya mo.
Being
Tayo,
present.
Yeah, being present.
Tayo, personally, matindi yung experience natin dyan sa yung time na hindi mo nagamit para sa family mo. Napakahabang panahon talaga. As in, napakahabang panahon na hindi...
ginugol namin sa bagay na walang kabuluhan. At that time,
You thought.
we thought na na it was meaningful.
It was
Pero
meaningful, parang it's worth it.
oo, tapos yung pala hindi.
Eventually, darating ka doon sa punto na parang
Realization.
bigla kang nauntog na ay, pambira. I should have spent parang this amount of time with my friends, with
Oo.
my family, di ba? Yung gano'n, building your career or helping other people na, ito talagang yung gano'n. Tapos biglang, shucks. Hindi mo na maibabalik yung panahon na yun.
Actually, in a way, alam, yung mga nanonood din sa channel na to, alam ninyo yun eh. Actually, may kinalaman nga doon yun. Tatandaan nyo, nagbebenta kami ng tickets. May kinalaman doon yun eh. Tapos, malalaman namin na parang hindi pala worth it. Parang yung effort namin, nakakala namin parang worthwhile, hindi pala.
It's,
Na, di ba, tatandaan ninyo, ang tindi ng bashing pa na natanggap namin, di ba? Tapos yung pala, it was all for nothing.
parang parang you're fighting for something.
Oo,
Tapos-
kasi akala mo talaga it was legitimately worthwhile, Yung pala hindi.
You spent a lot of, hindi lang dyan
At
time.
saka,
years.
alam mong parang nirisk mo yung leeg mo, tapos yung pala parang,
It's ganun.
So, nakakatuwa na, ayun nga, meron talagang chances na masasacrifice mo yung time for your family, but choosing the right decision kung ano yun, may katumbas na.
I tell a lot of people, especially people in the arts, no, na not every good open door is a God open door.
Oh.
Okay? So, the time that you spend in that good open door that you walk through, it might be, instead of time that is spent with it, it's time wasted on it kasi it doesn't give any good in return. But when it's a God open door, that means all the other areas are going to be taken care of. Your time with your family, your time with this, your time to go, your time to do sports, your time to exercise, your time to be with friends and all. That's all answered for already. As to how, kung paano mangyayari yun, I don't know. But when your mind is set on the fact that the time is of the essence, kumbaga, no, you maximize the time that you have. You may not see the result of what you did right away, but in the course of time, it takes time, di ba? I always believe in the concept of planting good seed on good soil. So what we're doing now is we're planting good seed on you guys, on good soil. As to when tutubo yan, that will take time. And then,
Grabe.
if I may, I'll just finish, no? And if you look at your favorite fruit, that takes time to grow. What's your favorite fruit?
Ako,
Kainin yung talagang your favorite fruit na ito yung talagang paborito.
siguro
Green
mangga.
Manggang hilaw.
Manggang
May
hilaw.
bagoong.
I don't know how long mango trees take to bear fruit.
Yes.
But I think one of the most nutritious of fruits is the coconut, yung buko.
Yes mo.
And ang nalaman ko, actually yung pinya is also very, very healthy. But it takes 1 year. It takes 365 days to grow one pineapple. Okay, nagbabike kasi kami dati. Tapos yung mga magsasaka nagsasabi sa amin, sige, pwede kayong dumaan doon pero wag niyong tamaan yung pinyo kasi 365 days po para tumubo yung isa. With buko, which is the most nutritious, it takes about 7 years. Kaya pag dumating yung
Pagka-filalaki pa siya.
tapos, wow, you have to wait another 7 years. But it's good. It's perhaps the most nutritious,
Yes.
but it takes time.
Lahat din po nagagamit. Sabi nila very useful.
Lahat din po nagagamit.
Husk and all.
Yeah.
Ganoon pala katagal
Kung
yun.
nga po, yun sa Siargao, hindi naman
Oo, kasi
anong bagyo
ba,
Siargao.
syempre,
Lahat po ng buko doon
Panlalaki pa yun
natumba. 7 years pala yun.
Ako
Grabe.
kasi
Parang tayo pala,
nagpalaki
seven
ng
years na
buko sa
tayo.
bahay na.
Oh, see?
Ngayon parang tayo nagbubuka.
Correct. Oh, see? But it takes
Very
time
good.
talaga.
Busok-
Now, what
buko
you
ko
do
na
with that
banso.
time,
Kasi nasa ilalim ng puno.
that's up
ng
to you.
manso.
So, nutritious din tayo.
Well, look at what you guys have been doing. All your songs have some message to put out there. Who knows? When you guys have your own kids, and when you're old and gray, people will still look back at that time when you were putting all of this out there, and only now or only then it made sense to people that
Yes. Yun naman po kasi ang importante sa pagkakaroon ng ganitong,
Legacy,
syempre,
legacy.
a blessing, yung intention. Kasi katulad nyo po, you have great intentions and marami kayong na-inspire sa mga ginawa nyo all throughout the years. Legend na nga kayo dito sa industry natin. Kung baga lahat po tinitingala kayo. And in relation to time, again, syempre, and yung nakwento nyo. So what are your, masasabi nyo, best and bad decisions
oh my gosh.
na nag-cost ng time or nag-save na or something na parang masasabi nyo na,
Abot mo ba yun?
well, I'd say baka hindi nyo pa na-share, di ba?
Hindi.
Okay, I'll share something that's the most difficult time I had was kasi when I was 14 years old, for some reason, okay, naghiwalay yung nanay at tatay ko. And it was a perfect family. We were 7 siblings. We lived in Green Hills East. So, medyo bago-bago pa yung Green Hills noon. Wala pang masyadong mga bahay. So, it was a perfect family. Kung gusto nyo hanapin ng mga residents ng Valenciano, basta't makarinig ka ng tugtog, yun na, kanila na yun. Kasi my mom is from Puerto Rico. So, may Latin ano siya. So, palagi siyang may pinapatugtog. And my brother and my sisters introduced me to everything that I do today. Whether it's the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire or yung mga ganun-ganon, sila nag-introduce sa
So
akin.
basically yung family niyo po talaga family or kumbaga music oriented po talaga.
Music lovers.
Lovers.
Pero ako yung naging music oriented talaga. And then, one day, lumapit sa akin yung sister-in-law ko. Sabi niya,
Eventually, ganun talaga kapag napapaligiran ka ng music lovers. One of you magiging music-oriented.
Gary, the house is going to be sold. So, syempre, what? Why? And then, it was sold. And then, the family split. And then, I had to move to the United States. That's a totally different chapter in my life. But the most difficult time that I had was habang nandun ako sa United States. Kasi, mahilig ako sa... I love to dream of coming back to the Philippines. Gusto ko talaga dito sa Pilipinas. My brother was here, my dad was here. So, ang ginagawa namin, nasa maliit na yung maliit na townhouse dun sa Florida. At dun sa likod namin, may monkey bars. Yun ang ginagawa namin at that time, no? Playing on monkey bars. And I remember I had a bottle of bubbles. Yung, gano'n mo. Mahangin. So, tuwing nakikita ko yung mga bubbles, as in, ang taas-taas ang naabot ng mga bubbles, and I would think to myself, one day, makakalipad din ako pa uwi sa Maynila, tulad nun. The most difficult time was that if I fly back to Manila, and then I look into the house, nakikita ko yung nanay ko, nagluluto, preparing my food. Pag umalis ako, maiiwan siya. Balik ako sa Maynila, hiwalay na naman. And I'm sharing this because I know, kumbaga sa institution ngayon sa society natin, it's families that have taken the biggest hit. Diba? So when a family splits at the age of 14, kung kailan kailangan yung na magkasama sila, hindi nangyari yon. So that was the most difficult time. Do I go to alam kasi niya, pag umuwi ako sa Maynila, hindi na ako babalik sa US, kasama siya. Every day that I was in Orlando, I've never shared this really. But every day I was in Orlando, 10 months lang ako doon. But every night, my mom would hear me crying. So when she said, Iho, you want to go back to Manila? Your sister's going to give birth. Yung panganay namin yung ate kong panganay na, sabi niya, you want to go? We can see your sister give birth. And I looked at her and I said, yeah. Tapos nung umuwi na ako dito, kinausap niya ako. Sumabay kasi yung nanay ko, sabi niya, I knew you would want to stay because I heard you crying every night. But still, to be up there on that monkey bar, tapos nakikita ko yung nanay ko, yung decision na yun, sino bang pipiliin ko? That for me was one of the hardest times of my life. It wasn't the diabetes. It wasn't the bypass that I got in 2018 and all. No, it was making a choice between mom,
Crucial things.
or dad. And if I go, she stays. And if I hindi ko alam. I didn't know what to do. But I think I made the right choice. It was hard. But if I didn't come back, none of this, I wouldn't be here now. Diba? So,
especially you had to make a decision at such a young age, no?
yeah. And not all decisions are easy.
Yes, of course.
So if somebody, let's say you pray, and you know that God says, now is the time that you have.
May ganyan din SB19, yung para maging SB19 ng SB19. Di ba yung
Magtutuloy
time
ba
na
sila?
ini-spend nila, ang babata rin nila ng time na yun.
Tapos andun na rin sila sa breaking
Tapos,
point.
yung parang walang patutunguhan yung buhay nila sa ginagawa nilang training. Ang tagal pa ng training na, 3 taon na sila ng training. Buti na lang talaga naging successful
Nag-pay
sila.
Diba,
Paano kung
lahat ng
hindi?
hirap.
have to make a decision. Hindi niya ibibigay sa iyo kung anong decision yun. But I'm giving you time to make that decision. Can you make it now? Oh, you made that decision? Anak, tama yung decision mo, but it's going to hurt. Okay? But I'm going to give you time to heal. I'm going to give you time to move forward. And you will have all the time with me if you choose it. And that's what I did. So, I came home. I went back to school. Nakita ko yung mga dati kong kaibigan ko. And then, the rest is history.
So
I entered
would
in-
you say po that was your biggest turning point in life?
Oh, wow! Biggest turning point? No. My biggest turning point in life was in the, 1985. 1985, there was a song called Di Na Natuto. Okay? So, Andiyan Ka Na Naman, Tinutukso-tukso ang aking puso. Ballad,
Oh,
my
my
first
goodness.
Tagalog hit.
Alam ko
Okay.
po yan.
And it was so big that it was on the charts for like 10 months. So,
Grabe,
nagiging number 1,
10
tapos
months
nagiging
dati,
number
no?
4. Uy, naging number 7. Uy, balik na sa number 4. Balik sa number 1. So, syempre, proud ako. Pero, ito sa time when hindi ko
Gandang
maintindihan
kanta
ng
naman
sarili
talaga.
ko kasi hindi ako masaya. Every time I would perform, ang nasa isip ko, ano kaya, habang kumakanta ako andiyan ka na naman. Pero yung nasa isip ko is, kung bumalik ako dito next month, sold out din. Sold out pa din ba ang concert na to? O kung bumalik ako next year, magiging sold out din kaya yung ano? Paano kaya? Ano yung magiging susunod na hit ko dito? Hindi pa ako
Overthink.
nagsusulat ng kanta nun Tagalog pa. Hirap akong magsulat sa Tagalog. So it was very difficult for me because I kept trying to outdo myself. Okay? So,
Parang ganyan din
Ay,
ang
ba,
SB.
ganyan din kayo, SB. Kaya dapat matuto kayo dyan, SB.
Paano hihigitan ng ano, di ba?
Ang sagad na.
Sagad
that
na.
I was dealing with, at it was a time when I dealt with a lot of insecurity. And the insecurity came in the form,
Baka kasi magkaroon ng unnecessary stress yun sa mga
Nagko-cause
artist.
talaga ng ganun
diba?
yan.
Yan, kay Gary V. Paano kung si Pablo, nag-iisip siya ng ganun? Parang,
Kasi pare-pareho silang artist Imposible
Oo.
namang hindi mo dinadaanan yung ganun.
eh,
diba?
it's nice na na mag-isip ka ng yung parang mag-set ka ng standard. Pero, pag too much stress, hindi naman maganda sa inyo. Kaya, easy-easy lang kayo.
of Martin Rivera.
Oh,
Kasi sabay kami.
Rival po ang tingin na sa
Rival
kanya.
talaga. As in, ito sa mga kabataan yung mga rivalries ni the late Nora Honor and Vilma
Vilma
Santos,
Santos.
totoo yun. Naging rivals din kami ni Sir Martin. You know?
Ano ba sa
But
concert
it was a time when I had to
Concert
deal with
king,
all of
diba?
these things, you know? Alam ko may gift ako, binigay sa akin ni Lord, pero ba't ako na-insecure? Then I realized na hindi pala yung si Martin ang problema ko. Hindi rin pala, it was me. There was a problem with me. Wala akong confidence na umapak sa stage at talagang magugustuhan ako ng tao and all. In fact, hindi nga naging plano sa akin na maging isang entertainer. I wanted to become an architect or a doctor or a pilot.
Uy, gusto ko rin maging pilot dati.
Kaso sabi nila noon, pag magsusuot ka ng salamin, parang minus daw yun. Baka hindi ka tanggapin dahil dapat 2020 yung vision. Noon. But with technology today, pwede na. No? But at that time, hindi. Tapos sa architecture, hindi ako masyadong marunong mag-drawing So, kahit na feeling ko, ang ganda na ng drawing ko. Pag pinakita ko sa classmate ko na wala namang kaano-ano sa architecture, pero pag nag-drawing siya, ang galing. Sabi ko, hindi para sa akin.
No, Sir Gary, no. My question nung sinabi mo na umapa ka sa stage, you would think that parang magugustuhan kaya ako ng mga tao. Right now kasi, especially me, na every time na apa kami sa stage, I would always think that would people accept us, like would people welcome us every time na sa stage, at nasa point kami ngayon ng ganon. Gusto ko lang i-ask, how did you kumbaga
Manage.
yung hindi naman manage, like
Overcome?
how did you overcome that,
Okay.
or is it still nandiyan pa rin, or
It's still there, especially now at my age. I'm 60. I'll be 61 in August. So when I'm invited to perform in a place that's mostly young people, I'm thinking, are they going to enjoy what I do? Or are they just going to be respectful? Na yung, okay, next,
Yung pressure sa ganyan kapag invited ka sa isang event na, halimbawa, multiple artists yun nandun, iba-ibang fans, pero
Or
kapag
wala yung fans mo doon.
Oo,
Iba kasi
diba?
yun may
pero
fans
pag halimbawa, SB19 perform sila in front of 18, of course, di ba?
Appreciated
Alam ko
yun.
na, hindi sila ma-appreciate. Pero yung pressure na yan, dyan yan kapag halimbawa pupunta ang SB19 sa ibang bansa, Tapos, halimbawa, event ng, halimbawa, yung nakaraan, di ba, nasa Korea sila.
Hindi
Yung mga ganun, nakaka-pressure yun.
And even if that happens, I have to look at a higher purpose na hindi ako iimbitahin sa isang event kung talagang hindi sila naniniwala na meron akong maaring ma-contribute sa buong event na yon. And I have realized that in many ways ginagamit pa rin ni Lord yan, because if you talk about time, and I'm not going to say this kasi baka sabihin ng tao na yabang naman nito, but it keeps my feet on the ground when I feel that way. It makes me come out on stage relying on Him a little more and saying, okay Lord, grabe yung mga ibang performers dito, pero for example yung billboard event, kinabahan ako noon kasi parang ang gagaling ng mga ibang performers, narinig ko yung tao, ganun. Tapos ako lalabas the pressure of coming out there, big venue, tapos hahataw ka ng iba yung dynamics kasi ng katawan sa malaking venue kaysa sa maliliit na venue. Pagod ako noon, pero sige. And then, but it kept me humble. It kept my feet. And that is something that you have to take with you through time. It's the spirit of humility. Because once you lose...
Ang mahirap pa kasi dun, si Gary Valenciano Hindi siya SB19 Hindi ako yung parang, ay ako si Pablo, but I'm with Ken, with Josh, with Pablo, with Stel. Hindi ganun Mag-isa kasi si Gary Valenciano, ang tindi ng pressure nun. Grabe.
That. And once you get to the point na, okay na tayo, ang magiging problema natin lahat is, pwede na yon. Okay na yan. Yung mga ganun. Wala na yung drive to be excellent. And there's a difference between excellence and perfection. There's not big, but there is a difference between excellence and perfection. But it takes time to learn that. And when your feet are deeply rooted on the ground, kahit paos ang boses mo, kahit may pilay ka, kahit masugatan ka, may bukol ka sa mukha, you can still come up with an excellent show, even if it's not perfect, of course. So
I was actually going to ask you kung pipili mo ba yung perfection or you would choose
excellence, man. Excellence. And can I share one experience? It's coming out in a book, okay? So, may concert ako sa Las Vegas. This was 2006. And then, the night before the concert, my sister calls me to say, Gary, hindi makakalipad yung banda. So, magma-1- ka.
Ayun.
If I was doing a -1 in maybe in I don't know, in St. Augustine, somewhere in the United States, na sa kalagitnaan ng United States na hindi masyadong kilala yung lugar, a -1 show is okay. But Las Vegas? You don't do -1 shows in Las Vegas.
It's asking for something epic.
Correct. So I come out there, and to make a long story short, I remember yung promoters na nagsasabi, baka kailangan na natin. This was the first show of the tour. It was a 9-city or 8-city tour. Wala yung banda. Kailan makakarating yung banda? We don't know.
Ayun, saya.
So I said,
We
okay.
don't know.
Hindi kasi nagka-problema daw, may problema daw sa New York, sa London, tapos binago ng
We don't know you're the last of my feet
Galing.
all the time.
American Embassy, yung security. Binago nila the day before the band left. So naghumingi pa sila ng mga requirements na hindi namin mapoproduce kasi aalis na sila kinabukasan. So there I was, and the promoters were saying, why don't we just cancel the show? Kasi what's going to happen is people might want a refund and all. But I said, but I prayed about this. We prayed about this. This is supposed to happen. This is the first concert of
And
the
you were
tour.
waiting for that moment.
And people are
syempre.
waiting. So, game. So sabi ko, like this, I'll go out on stage, pero let's keep the exit doors open. Okay? And if people want to leave, then they can leave. Okay? But at least they saw me and the willingness to perform. Alam mo yung setup ko noon? It was basically, Gary Valenciano! I come out and it's just me. Pero yung buong set ng banda nandun. May drum set, may mga amplifiers, may mga mikropono para sa backup singers, pero wala sila doon. So I come out on stage and I say, good evening everyone. And everybody's like, I said, okay. I know you're surprised because you don't see the band behind me. Pati ako surprised na rin. But I know that I'm meant to be here. And you're the first city that I'm going to perform for. So if you don't like what I'm going to give you, you have the exit doors on the left. They're open, okay? But if you like, you can stay, okay? So we prayed about this, and I know that God wants me to be here. Can I start? Oh, okay. So I started with the song, I Will Be Here. Tomorrow morning, if you... It wasn't, hataw na or but it was a ballad that said, I was meant to be here, so I'm going to be here now. Then the door started closing.
Galing yung choice of song
Was it
niya na yun.
perfect? But was it excellent?
It was excellent. Definitely
Man, yung
excellent.
buong tour na yun ang kinapusapan ng tao. Kasi he would get, at that time, email. Ginagamit na yung email.
Yan
When
yung
email-
yan dyan mo yung choice of song mo para doon sa particular moment na yun. Pag perfect yung pili mo. Yung impact na gagawin
It
ng
makes a
kanta.
lasting impression.
Yes. So hindi ka yung tipo ng performer na yung nag-perform ka na, ay, sobrang hataw, ang galing, perfect yung ganyan. Hindi, yun palang choice ng song niya palang noon time na yun. Epic na agad.
They would come in, they would talk about that concert. So the first two concerts were -1, and all the others nakasunod yung banda, then okay na, live. But that was the one na, wow, ang layo. But it was a time that I had to face in order to prune me into making sure that whatever performance I do, it must be excellent. Whether it's 5 people, 10, 50, 50,000, 500,000 people.
Yung mga magagaling na artists, ganun yung mindset nila, na, kasi, yung ganyan.
Pero may mga ganyang cases ako nakikita sa Facebook. Ewan ko kung totoo Kasi di ba recently nagkakaroon ng issue sa halimbawa a certain country na nang ka-cancel ng ibang mga bansa, di ba? So ang nangyayari, yung artist na may parang performance dun sa bansang yun, ang mangyayari, yung mga tao, walang tao sa sa venue.
Oo.
May mga ganong cases, di ba? Totoo ba yun?
Totoo yun.
Tapos nagper-perform pa rin yung tao.
Yung tapos ginawa nila, ni-record na lang nila yung concert ng particular artist na yun. Ni-record na lang nila. Kasi binayaran na nila yung lugar na yun eh. Hindi ka naman
Kasi
makakapag-perform
di-distribute
doon
na lang nila yung
digitally, yung So talagang perform talaga siya. Walang audience. Binawal ng ng
Grabe,
government na umattend sila dun sa for some reason. Ganyan. Tapos, hindi, dahil palag-palag talaga siya, si ate mo. Hindi, perform siya, Tapos, hindi i-release na lang nila kung saan man nila i-release.
Tibay na loob.
Tatag nun, grabe yung ganun.
Oo nga pala, magkakaroon nga pala ng concert ng SB, malapit na. Excited na ba kayo?
People. Gary, when you step out on that stage, hindi pwede yung, okay na yan. No, you gotta come out there and give your all, give your best. Kakapagod, I know, it will be tiring, but you'll be refreshed. You'll be blessed. You'll be given more than what you need. And that's what's happened
Pero
in
Japanese.
every
Japanese.
performance.
Grabe.
No po, with all those experiences po that you have, syempre, before mangyari yun, kinakatakutan nyo rin siyang mangyari, pero na-overcome nyo. But right now po ba, do you have any worries na possible mangyari but you just don't think of fears that you just don't want to think about it or talk about it that you might want to share?
I'm glad you asked me that. Okay. Every night, every day, there's a certain point in the day where I have to stop and I have to look up and say, please, okay, my biggest fears. As a diabetic kasi, one of the senses na nawawala is the eyesight, And every day, that is something na I don't go to the corner and pray, Lord, please don't make me blind. Pero, kanyari, nagda-drive ako or nasa aeroplano ako and I look out and I see the sky and I'm like, I wish I could see this all the time. Or nakikita ko yung aking mga apo. Gusto ko silang makitang mag-graduate, I want to see Leia if she ever has a boyfriend, if she has a broken heart. I want to see her crying and I'll cry with her, and tell her, I know what it's like. But I want to see all of these things. So I That's one of my biggest fears
Yan
na
ang sa
in the
oras.
course of time baka biglang magkaroon na ako ng mga problema. Another is ears. I hope I don't lose my sense of hearing because music, if you don't hear music, how can you put the music out?
76,000?
Although may mga like I know
Mozart.
More than
Mozart,
76,000.
di ba?
Talaga ba?
But I don't know how
O
he
si
did it.
Angie, o di sana
It
all
can be
perfect
done,
na.
but it's still a fear for me,
Sino na may ticket dyan? Comment nga kayo dyan.
you know,
Sige nga.
to lose my sense of
Mang-inggit
hearing.
kayo.
And we were always worried, lalo na
Ito, may ticket to. Sigurado, nagpadala pa ng super chat. Huwag ka na mag-comment.
nung last
Thank
concert
you.
na
Hello
ginawa
po,
niya.
Tita
Totoo lang kami
Nori.
mismo.
You were there.
Kinakabahan kami.
Yeah.
Like, how is Sir Gary? Paano
Yeah.
nakakayanan to? Like, kaya niya ba talaga? Parang kami na yung parang gusto namin na, una natin siya pasayawin, please. Ano na lang, kanta na lang siya, kami na bahala. May ganun po kami feeling.
You know, when that concert, December 20 kasi hindi ko talaga nakayanan. I only did 9 songs and I basically quit on stage. And I said, people, I can't do this. For the first time in my life,
kayo nagbabakbaka ng araw na yan.
I looked at my wife on stage. Naririnig kasi ng tao kung ano yung mga pinagdadaanan ko eh. Pero ni minsan nakita nila yung kung what I struggle with. It had nothing to do with my diabetes. Nothing. No connection. It was basically food poisoning.
Aro.
So on December 20, 9 times bago ako lumabas, sumuka ako. Ganun grabe.
Grabe naman yun.
9 times. Josh, 9
Ay,
times.
grabe, buti na lang ako nung nangyari sa akin yung ganyan. Hindi ako hindi ako nagsusuka, hindi nagsabay yung dalawa. Kasi di ba possibility sa food poisoning, dalawa. Pwede kang di ba, dito sa taas at meron din sa baba, yung gano'n yun. Pag nagsabay yun, ay grabe
And then,
talaga.
After that, okay, can you see Paulo nga, my son, umiiyak na talaga kasi sabi niya, Dad, I'm sorry kung napush kita ng todo-todo. Sabi ko, huwag ka mag-sorry kasi we pushed for this. We hoped na magkaroon tayo ng repeat and here we are. So, after the last song, the 9th song, bumaba ako, tapos nandun na yung gurney para doon ako ilalagay para dalhin sa ambulansya papuntang ER. Sabi ko, wait, I need basin. Give me a basin. Ayun. That was the 10th time. Then they took me and all. So December 21, break time. Araneta gave me December 20 and 22. Pumayag sila na may break ako sa gitna. Sabi ko, perfect. Nagiging malakas ako. Kaso nagkasakit ako. So habang nagpapagaling ako sa ospital, there was one statement that was given to me that made me think. Kasi umalis yung 3 anak ko sa kwarto eh. Alam ko pag-uusapan. This is December 21. December 22 yung concert. But meanwhile, I'm being hydrated. Pagpasok nila uli sa kwarto, si Paulo, Dad, it's okay. It's okay, Dad. I mean, if you can't do the concert tomorrow, I mean, sayang. But it's okay. Okay, but we'll support you all the way. Ganun si Paulo. I mean, it's like,
Parang
sayang.
gusto niya sabihin, tuloyin mo.
Parang ganun. And then si Gabriel. Ano yun eh, crazy yan, pero he's the most demonstrative. I mean, you see what he says, he'll show it. So he comes to my side, he hugs me. Goes, hey Dad, I love you. Love you so much, Dad. If you whether you do the show or not, Dad, we love you pa rin. Love you. Ganon. So then, Kiana. Hey Dad. I said, hey Kiana. How are you? I said, could be better. Okay. Can I just say one thing, Dad? I said, yeah, what is it? Okay, I mean, just think about this, okay? But tomorrow, that performance could be your Goliath. Okay, in other words, you're gonna be David and you're gonna that monster, okay? So nakatingin lang ako sa kanya. Okay. And then December 22. It's a long story, but I'll tell you just the important parts. The part where I was inside the dressing room and I was shivering like this 2 hours before the concert. I was shivering. No more throwing up, pero I was shivering because I was dehydrated.
Oh.
Then sabi ng doktor ko, alam mo Gary, lahat ng tests mo sa ospital, you're good. Your liver's okay, your kidney's fine, everything, your creatinine level, your heart is pumping more blood now than even before the bypass. So you're good. I think the problem, bro, is, tapos gumunon siya sa akin, is here. Your problem, and I looked at him and said, really? At that point, it was time to change my focus. So, meron akong table na may reflection ng light na ganon, and I started looking at the light. And it was my time with the Lord. Kahit na maraming tao na nasa loob ng kwarto, it was my moment, my time with the Lord where I said, okay, I'm gonna focus on you. I'm going to do what only 2 other people have done, which is to walk on water. That's you, Lord, and that was Peter when he focused on you. So I'm going to focus on you. Okay? Kayo na bahala. Kayo na pong bahala sa akin. I'm just going to do this. I'm just gonna focus on you. At dun lang ako nakatingin. Paulo, inside the room, was looking at me and he goes, Dad, are you okay? And I said, why? Kasi, iba na yung itsura mo, Dad eh. Parang, are you better? And I said, yeah. What time is it? It's 7:30. Nung ako nakatingin sa ilaw, I said, okay, I gotta get dressed. So habang nagbibihis ako,
Pero yung perspective
wala nang ilaw.
ng tao, yung
Wala na
utak
akong
ng tao,
focus.
it does
Point of focus. But I saw
Diba?
a bottle.
a
Tubig.
lot of things, no?
Water bottle. Yung cap ng bote, doon, kinausap ko si Lord uli. Sabi ko, Lord, iba yung isang taong naglalakad sa tubig. Iba yung tipong, yung you have to get out of the boat and you see the water and you have to step out. I'm going to step out now, ha? So, ikaw na po bahala sa akin. All. And you know, when I came out to talk,
Iba talaga yung may ganyan kang mindset, no? Na kahit ako, yung may kanta nga, di ba? Against all odds. yung may ganyan, natatawa nga ako kasi nakikita ko na si Gary V dati pa eh. Nasusubaybayan ko na siya dati pa eh. Yung character niya na parang very, very Jesus-centric, God-centered, di mga ganun bagay, siya pa rin eh, hanggang ngayon. Nakakatawa nga parang, wow, it's the same person after so many years. Tapos, doon pa rin siya kumukuha ng strength niya sa buhay niya. Nakakaalit.
to the cast. Kasi may kumatok, Sir, company call. Di ba ang laki ng cast, di ba? Nandun kayo. I came out like this, walking like this. Okay, guys, the Gary V that you saw earlier this afternoon,
Yeah.
he's gone. This is me now. But it took time. It was a struggle, Pablo. I mean, kasi may mga ibang detalye na hindi ko nasasabi, pero there was a lot of tears involved. A lot of questions, including questions like, why?
At saka nakikita mo rin dito sa video na to na yung SB19 sila. Ang dami nilang natututunan dito kay Gary V.
Marami silang ma-absorb.
Ang dami nilang na-absorb. Talagang, kaya mo si Style nga, nabawasan yung daldal niya, di ba? Talagang ina-absorb nila kung ano yung sinasabi ni Gary V.
This was going to be my crown jewel of a performance. Alam mo ba yung first time na nag-rehearse kami for this concert, mas malakas pa ako kaysa yung first time na ginawa namin nung April. Sinabi ko pa nga kay Paolo, sabi ko, Pao, baka we can change the title imbis na One More Time, Pure Energy One More Time, the repeat of Pure Energy One last time. Ano kaya kung Pure Energy, I changed my mind.
Oh.
Tuloy-tuloy na lang natin to. Hindi, ganun talaga kasi lakas-lakas ko, bigla akong nagkasakit, tapos biglang nag-food poisoning, nagkapatong yung dalawa. It was one of the most difficult times of my career. But one of the most difficult times in my life was that time yung nasa with my mom, the choice of mom and dad. So,
And the timing, no, na parang magkaroon siya ng sabay-sabay na nandoon. Yung timing talaga, parang, grabe. Yan, no, ano mo siya eh, kung most important event in your life.
it's the close of a chapter. I don't want to close it like this. But
It's a
somehow,
mix. Pag ganun, pag kinlose mo nung basa.
nakaraos din yung December 22 show.
Ano po, Sir Garen, dumating po ba sa utak niyo na para you were scared also that you would, like, ma-disappoint mo yung mga tao? Because
Yung December 20, alam ko maraming na-disappoint, maraming humingi ng refund, pero marami din ang hindi. Marami din nagsabi na, wow, you came out on stage, you didn't have to, but you still did what you had to do.
Kasi po, na ano ko lang po kanina, kasi it was kind of similar sa nangyari sa amin. Nung nag-cancel din kami na aming mga shows. And we were very scared kasi like, buong ano yun eh. Parang how many tours yung kinancel natin that time?
Almost all the Asia
Kaya
tour po namin.
we were very scared. Like, hindi namin alam kung ano yung magiging reaction ng mga tao sa amin. And like,
Oh, yun
definitely,
may problema sila,
disappoint talaga namin. So, everyone's really like asking, oh, what happened? Bakit na-cancel yung mga tour namin? So, naisip ko lang kanina nasa isip ko ba yung gano'n?
Yeah, I felt na maraming madi-disappoint. In fact, yung December 22, 8:15 ng umaga, si Tita Angeli, hinawakan niya yung kamay ko, nandun ako sa kama. Gary, you're going to do great tonight. Alam mo, sagot ko sa kanya, I'm not doing the concert tonight. I can't, honey. I have nothing left. Yan, so umiiyak na ako. Sabi, I have nothing left. There's nothing left. And 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. yung deadline. Pag ang Araneta walang marinig sa amin, ika-cancel na nila mismo. Kasi all the hotels were booked. Diba? So people were making plans na, ano ba, tuloy ba and all. But I spoke to my coach and my life coach, and he convinced me by saying, Gary, it's never been you naman that has performed it. You perform with diabetes all the time. You perform with the bypass. You perform with cancer. It's never been you. So now you're going to say you can't do this? Come on, Gary, give him the chance to prove himself again. You know, now is that time to do it. Okay, I'll do it not because I want to, but because I have to. Not because I want to, but because I have to, and I had to. I had to step out on that stage, and the rest is history.
Ang galing. And you have your family, God, of course, and everyone else. Ako po, parang personally, na-inspire nyo kami during that time. Kasi grabe yung nagsasalita kayo, nasabi nyo. This is not the Gary V that you saw earlier.
Yeah.
It is a different,
it was different na, Josh.
Parang ako, medyo kinikilabutan ako kay Sir Gary. Kaya na talaga.
Kasi hindi ko malilimutan.
This is Sir Gary.
Hindi, kasi yung time na dumating ako sa Araneta,
Pero totoo yun, mas madaldal si Ken nga dito, no?
Mas marami siyang tanong, di ba?
ang hirap akong makalakad ng diretso. I would always find myself slouching, and then the doctor said, you're still dehydrated. Tapos minsan gumaganon yung kamay ko. Yung mga dancers nga sila, yung mga maneuvers, Sir, okay lang po kayo? I said, we'll see. We'll see. Tapos pumunta na ako sa dressing room, and my doctor who was there, yung nagsabi sa akin na it's a mind thing, he says, hindi ko malilimutan yung sinabi mo sa akin when I hugged you sa Araneta. When I hugged him, I told him, I have nothing left. I can't do this. Yun ang sinabi ko sa kanya. But it was a time where God proved Himself again to me. Imagine, that's the first time talaga na sinabi ko ever na hindi ko kaya to. I can't. And if I come out on that stage, I'll probably do how many songs. Of course, gagawin natin yung, pinagandaan natin. Pero I would not be able to finish the concert and all.
But you
I
were
was
able to do it.
I was able to do it.
You were able to do it. Sobrang galing
Talaga.
po. As in, di ba, parang all throughout the years, hindi lang ito, pero yung specific point in your life na gano'n yung pinagdaanan nyo, nalagpasan nyo dahil meron nga kayo with yung mga taong nagmamahal sa inyo, naniniwala sa inyo. Alam namin yung struggle pa lang dun sa first day, sobrang kinakabahan na. Pero not just that simple struggle, di ba? Kung yung lahat ng minark nyo sa industry, let's just say na buong time nyo sa industry, ang dami nyo na-inspire by faith, by your performances, by your visions, you were able to prove them na you are Sir Gary, the Mr. Pure Energy. Tapos po, as in, di ba, yung choices, yung mga binibigay nyo insight sa amin ngayon, yung mga binibigay nyo na, ganito pala yung nangyari sa kanya na bago siya maging Sir Gary. Parang kami po mismo, nafe-feel namin ang galing kasi you know what to decide for yourself kasi yun ang pinakamahirap sa tao. Minsan kasi yung mga tao parang nag-stay lang po sila na kung anong mabigay sa kanila ng mundo, ni God, yun lang yung, parang, alam mo, kumbaga, dito na lang tayo, hindi na sila nagde-decide. Pero parang ikaw, parang hearing na yung mga sinasabi nyo right now, as in, nasasabi namin na, grabe, alam ni Sir Gary yung gusto niya from the very beginning.
Now, there's a difference between kung anong gusto ko at kung anong kailangan ko. Diba? And I like what you said na yung pag binigay sa'yo ni Lord, tapos okay ka na. And I'd like to share this with everyone talaga. But pag ikaw, kunyari ikaw, Ken, bigyan kita ng regalo. Diba? And I give you a gift also. What's the first thing, after you say, thank you, Sir Gary, what's the first thing you do?
You check the gift.
What?
You check the gift.
You buy, open it. Who opens it?
You.
Correct. There are people na bibigyan sila ng gift ni Lord and they're like, oh, thank you. Tino mo binigyan ako ng gift ni Lord. Uli. And then 2 years goes by, but they never open it. And how can you maximize the time that that gift is supposed to meant to come alive if you don't open it? There could be fear. It might be different from what you asked. It might be something, wow, hindi, wow, it's better than, or it could be, wow, Lord, hindi naman, kasi Lord, ito yung hiningi ko eh. Kaso, hindi ko magets eh. Pero, but when you, kasi many times kung anong ginawa ni Lord, it goes against the grain.
Yes.
Diba? It's parang, which I think the song, time has, you do everything, you try, and then, you...
Yung mga nakita ko sa FB, yung mga ini-expect nila na parang ay Lord, sana ganito na lang, yung mga tipong, mga Korean actor, yung ibigay sa kanila, yung mga ganun. Mga ate mo.
It's lahat ng mga pagsubok and all that comes, sometimes that's part of the opening up of the gift. But when you don't open the gift yourself, nobody else is going to open it up for you but you. So, yeah, to be able to come out on stage and to speak and to, minsan nakakatakot kasi minsan kung saan ako umaabot, I go to a Middle East country, how am I going to speak about God there? And then you hear, and not hear literally, but you feel it in your heart, now, Gary. Now sing that song. Okay, folks, I want to share with you this song. And then, I don't know, bahala na, it all comes out and it works. It works.
Kasi they feel it. Yung minsan di importante na same beliefs, but yung intention na meron kayo. You have a good heart eh.
You said that word intention. There's another word that rhymes with intention.
Collection.
But it's called what?
Joke mo siya.
No, it's called execution.
Oh.
So if your intention is good, your execution has to match the intention. Because if the intention is good and the execution is not, magiging questionable ngayon kung ano yung intention mo.
Yep.
Kasi yung
Hindi
execution
malinaw.
mo is, diba? So let's say I do a concert for the benefit of people with cerebral palsy, problem. But if I go up there and I just perform, ay, ang galing-galing, and that's all they'll remember. But if you go and you execute it with knowing why you're there, then people remember. And then it becomes good seed planted on good soil. Kagaya ng kinausap natin kanina. You have to maximize the time, whether it's maximized with family, maximized with friends, maximized with career, maximized with music, which you guys are doing excellently in, but it has to be maximized. Otherwise, why is the time given to you in the first place? To waste it? No, you maximize it. Habang kaya nyo, there's a thing that I came up with where if there's anything in my life na ayokong sabihin sa sarili ko is this: I should have when I could have, but I didn't. Now I can't. Yun ang I wish I never get to that. I should have when I could have, but I didn't. Now I cannot. So don't ever get into that. That would probably be your biggest regret ever.
Try.
Sobrang.
Di ba?
Abo. Speechless ako.
Kakasabi nyo lang, napakaganda. Pero, meron ba? Like,
I should
biggest?
have when I could have. Yeah. I think, but it's hard kasi I was only 14 years old. Pag iniisip ko ngayon, if I was able to sit with my parents and talk to them and tell them, I don't know what's gonna happen to my career, but it won't be complete if you're not there. Come on, it's just kasi hindi, the issue was not third party. Isa pa yun, di ba? Pag third party, mahirap na yun, di ba? It wasn't it was a financial thing. So I could have sat with said, it's just finances. You have 7 children. We can help. Let's all keep it together na lang. But I didn't do that. But at 14 years old, hindi naman ako makakapagsalita ng ganun, di ba? At that time, it would be more like, sana no more na lang. Yeah, but I didn't have that. But that's something I wish I did. Even just to sit and talk to them from whatever words I had from a 14-year-old heart. Broken na. Tapos it was the same year I was diagnosed a diabetic. So payat-payat ko, and then I wanted them to hear it from me na if we stayed together, kahit hindi ako naging singer, but to see you two together and all 7 of us together, can you imagine? Can you even begin to imagine that impact that's going to have on us and your grandchildren in time? But I know that I would not be able to put it into words that way at the age of 14.
Yeah.
But sana nabigyan ako ng pagkakataon na
Grabe, no?
But
If you
I
could
did
only
it.
turn back time.
Yeah.
Tatry mo.
Correct. And that's one thing we cannot do. Diba? Because as soon as you're born, it's the start of life. But it also moves death closer to to its appointed time.
Alam niyo po, parang sinabi niyo pa nga po yun na yung ibang bagay, kahit simpleng bagay lang. Recently nga rin po, madalas po kasi, I'm very indecisive po kasi. And pag may gusto po akong sabihin before, lagi kong iniisip na huwag na lang kasi parang thinking of it na baka magulo pa or negative yung maging result. But
Nabanggit niya rin dati yan sa pinanood natin.
realizing po right now that somehow parang you're lucky if you're with yung mga kasama nyo po sa paligid is comfortable kayo. Kasi po kuwari recently when madalas po kasi kami nagbe-brainstorming and even yung mga small ideas talagang medyo critic kami mag-usap-usap po. So, siguro one example po, during our, nagkaroon po kasi kami ng flash mob. And,
Oh, I saw that.
yes po. Tapos nagkaroon po ako ng idea na parang, what if ibahin natin yung step dito, extend natin, ganyan. So, most of the time, parang mahabang time na siya naisip, pero iniisip ko pa kung sasabihin ko pa siya or hindi. But, thinking about it, kaya ako siya sinuggest, kasi alam ko naman po na sasabihin lang nila what they think about it. If di nila magustuhan, then fine. Kasi hindi ko sabihin, parang mas lilipas, magpa-perform na kami
Mas
na
may regret
iniisip
factor.
ko, what if sinabi ko yun? What if
Correct.
magawa kaya namin?
Pangit, di ba? Yung
Oh,
feeling na
parang
yun.
mas-
Tapos pag binanggit mo later on, what might happen pa is, ba't sana sinabing na kanina dati pa
Yes.
makakatulong pa yun sa...
Yung pala, agree pala sila.
Kasalanan mo pa tuloy.
Kasalanan mo pa.
Kasalanan mo pa.
Opo.
Hindi mo na sinabi. Ay, ayokong ganun.
Yes,
You have
po.
to say it. Now, the thing is, you have to say it in a way na sa tamang paraan din.
Yeah.
Di ba?
So, nung sinabi ko po
It's
yun,
the execution.
they thought about it, pero isipan po namin. Pero at the end, hindi rin siya na tuloy.
But at least you.
Yes, opo.
Diba?
So, kesa parang iisipin ko, what if sinabi ko siya pero hindi ko ginawa? Even that small detail lang ng decisions or stress, po, parang nakaka-gain siya ng stress and makakaipon siya ng, in a way, guilt sa
Nag-overthink or
sarili.
nag-overthink.
Regrets.
And you, parang how hard to live in a world na kung puro maybes and what ifs. Maybe if I know, or what if, pero at least if you, kahit isa dun sa mga maybes and what ifs, pag sinabi mo maaring magbago yung takbo ng kung ano man project or kung pati buhay mo mismo magbago at lahat. But you have to take the courage to step out there and let people know what it is you want to say or let somebody know what it is you want to say. Don't wait till it's too late.
Yun nga po. Ako po kasi parang, one of my favorite quotes is, timing is more important than being ready. Kumbaga, kapag na-miss mo yung timing,
Wait a minute, what? Timing is
timing is more important than being ready. So, kumbaga, kapag na-miss mo po yung timing, probably hindi mo na siya may babalik. Hindi mo na masasabi yung mga gusto mo sabihin. Kasi po, madalas marami tayong fears. Kaya hindi natin ginagawa isang bagay. Hindi pa kasi tayo ready or something. Pero, yun na yung timing sa harapan mo. So, pwede mong isang tabi, i-maximize mo kung anong meron ka. Sugurin mo with all your might, with conviction and intention, katulad nga po ng sinabi nyo. Para na sa ganun, wala kang regrets. Katulad po ng sinabi
no
nyo.
regrets.
Kumbaga,
It might not be supported, but at least you were able to put it out there. And in my case naman, Pablo, people hear me speak about my faith a lot, no? I am not one person na lalapit ako sa iba at sasabihin ko sa kanila, this is my faith and you also have to have it because if not, you're going to hell. I'm not that kind of a person. My music was meant to always meet people at the point of their need. Because at any given point in time, may mga nangangailangan. Diba? So if my music can somehow, dati nga nag-rent ako ng isang condo sa BGC. And the intention was not to borrow it just for the sake of living in it, but I wanted the view of the city that I'm always trying to reach. So I was looking at Makati, I was looking at Parañaque, I was looking at BGC and all. And sometimes I would look at one building and I'd look at one window and iniisip ko, baka may isang tao doon na nangangailangan, whether financially or is sick or may relations or broken apart or uncertainty or anxiety. Maybe this song can pierce the person who lives in that small window over there. Then that would inspire me. But you cannot face time alone. And in my case, because sa lahat ng mga pagsubok na naranasan ko na, I have to face it with the one who's given me the time and whatever time I have left. And when that happens, that's when it becomes so real. Yung having the right timing instead of being ready. Because when you're ready, you're basing it on the knowledge you have. But when your timing is right, especially when it's out of nowhere, then it's not knowledge that you respond with, but you respond with wisdom. And wisdom is not learned in school. It's learned with the lessons in life that suddenly happen, the brokenheartedness, the pains, the victories, the moments when you made a left instead of making a right, the moments when you went up instead of going down. But these things happen as lessons in life.
And the same thing as you open the gift, no?
And when you open the gift also. Importante talaga yan eh. Now, ikaw mismo. That's why sometimes when you get gifts, sometimes you put it aside and all, but there are gifts that you open and then you remember. And it becomes so precious to you. You remember all the time you had with the person who gave you the gift, but you have to open the gift yourself to experience all of that.
Meron nga po akong parang favorite quote na, today is a present. Today is a gift. That's why it's called present.
Oh!
Master Ugwe.
Today is a gift. That's why it's called present.
Kaya you always have to open the gift. Diba? Kasi you will never know what you will get unless you open it and tanggapin mo siya. As in, ikaw yung maggagawa nun. Ikaw gagawa ng sarili mong history. Ikaw rin gagawa ng sarili mong choice. Yun nga, binibigay lang sa'yo.
Yeah.
And you always have to, syempre, work hard for it then.
I'd like to, if it's okay. But a lot of people kasi live with a lot of regret because of the time when they could have made the right decision but they did not. So now they regret, okay? Pero alala ko yung isang wedding event na pinuntahan ko, yung how do you say it? The pastor.
Kasi, kapag may regrets ka sa buhay, wala ka na magagawa dun eh. Ang magagawa mo na lang talaga mag-move on. Tapos maging wiser. Siyempre, wala naman magiging talaga, di ba? Yung parang perfect na yung mentality. Pero at least you are wiser now
than before.
Yeah.
Who was that? The one who officiated was my friend. Pero meron siyang sinabi na hindi ko narinig noon. Sabi niya, dun sa couple, remember that there is no future in the past. So you cannot keep bringing back the past. you cannot bring back the past to the present in order to create a better future. You work on whatever you have now. This is the time that you work on what you have now so that tomorrow will be close to what you want happening. Yung ganun ba? Pero there's no past, there's no future in the past. So kung ano man ang mga regrets ng iba, kaso hindi ko ginawa to, kaya ito yung inaano ko ngayon, ito yung pinagdadaanan ko ngayon. Of course, but what will you do now? And then, another words, the two words that are for me very important are the words react and respond. Now, when yung nangyari sa akin sa concert, 'di ba? May mga paramedics dun. Nag-react ba sila o nag-respond? They responded. People were reacting seeing me that way. But the paramedics did not look at me like that and say, "Oh my God." Well, no, they responded. Okay, let's get him. No, he needs this. Okay, we have to take him now. They responded. So how do you respond? Diba? Kasi reaction is based on emotions eh.
Yes.
Response is based on wisdom. On what to do. Masakit nga. But we gotta do this because we have to do it. You know? And so, with regard to that, if this is the time that you have, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. None of us do. Ang daming pinag-uusapan, they're talking about, well, it's written. It's biblically written. Wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes and famines and all of that's all written na. We cannot change anything. But how do we react or respond to our time today? Do we go, oh my, ayoko na kasi grabe yung, nakikita mo ba yung nangyayari? Wala na tayong magagawa.
Speaking of ganyan, yung mga ang dami na namang
Tatamaan
nagpapakalat.
tayo ng Iran.
Oo, ang dami na namang nagpapakalat ng mga ganyan niya. Ay, baka tayo bombahin din tayo ng Iran.
Hey, naniniwala ba kayo dun? Huwag kayo maniwala dun ha. Make use of your time.
And wisdom, please lang. Mawa kayo sa sarili nyo. Alam mo yung nag-overthink ka na baka mamaya, one of these days, isa tayo sa walang capability yung bansa na yung missile na abutin tayo dito.
Granting may capability sila, bakit ka unahin? Sinasapakan nung katabi mo eh. Di syempre sapakin mo yung katabi mo. Bakit susuntukin mo yung nasa malayo?
Ang dami-dami bansa na katabi nung na pagtutulong-tulungan sila. Bakit uunahin ikaw na nandun sa malayo na 1
Ubusin
kilometer
muna nila
away?
kung sino yung katabi nila bago yung ano. Pero wag naman sana mangyari.
Oo, diba? Diba yung ang tao, diba? People pray na wag sana mangyari. Pero gamit-gamitan naman medyo ng utak. Alam mo yun, diba? Huwag naman yung parang gagawa ka na nakaka-stress sa sarili mo. Ikaw lang yun ang stress sa sarili mo. Pinahihirapan mo sarili mo.
Or are you gonna go, okay,
Naparan tuloy tayo.
let's come before the Lord and let's see how He's going to provide, how He's going to lead us, where He's going to take us, who He is going to take away from us. There are seasons in life, and seasons have to do with time. There's a season for this, and there's a season for that, and sometimes this season may not come back anymore. But what you do in that season may open up other new seasons for you dahil dun sa season na ginawa mo. So, it's really interesting that we're talking about time because it's something we still have, but it's something that doesn't last forever. Diba? So,
And in line with that, Sir Gary, di ba pinag-usapan natin lahat ng what ifs, lahat ng regrets, lahat ng mga gandang ano.
Si Josh, ang dami
Siguro,
niya pag ano. Daming
What was
answer.
your goal ever since? Bago mo...
my role?
Goal.
My goal.
Yung biggest goal mo.
Okay.
kumbaga.
I'm glad you asked that. Little history, okay? When I started out in the industry, I started out with a group called the Kundirana ng Lasal Green Hills. Basically, it stems from Kundiman at Harana. So yung mga ginagawa ng older batches namin, it's basically yung mga Kundiman Harana, di ba? That's between a guy and a girl. The guy goes with the girl, to the girl with the guitar, the girl opens up the window and listens, naka Maria Clara, nakikinig sa ano. That's the old Kundiman and Harana. But it evolved into a pop group. And at that time, the only goal, Josh, was to hear the cheers of people. At lagi ko itong sinasabi sa iba. Pero may kaibahan ng cheers eh. May mga cheers na... May mga cheers na... Yun yung mga babae. And that was my goal. My goal was to hear that. If I heard that, success! That's it. Because there was no vision as to, okay, I want to be around for 40 years. There was none of that. It was all I'm young, I'm 16 years old, 17 years old, sige. So, basta't makaapak ako sa stage. Kaso may dumating din si Martin Rivera na ganun din ang reaction ng tao. Hold on.
Go lang po.
That's my warning sign. Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
telling me. It's telling me that my sugar. So it's telling me it's time for me to take something. So can I have something? Something sweet. Just a banana shake would be good.
Grabe, yung monitor niya.
So
lang,
anyway,
ano,
I'll
no?
continue my
Wow.
story.
Grabe, no?
It's okay, parang
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah,
Kasi,
at,
di ba-
at that time it was just that. Just to hear the cheers of the girls. Oh, you mean the timing of all of
Yeah,
this?
kasi every time, ibig sabihin, ganyan talaga kayo.
Yeah, ganyan.
Like, normally, hindi kayo pwedeng basta-basta katulad namin na,
Thank
okay, magtitiis kami, what? Pero sa inyo, kailangan talaga may maintenance.
Yeah, so when you see this, kasi on stage pinapakita ko minsan pag red, ibig sabihin mababa. Pag green, we're okay. Pag yellow, medyo
Angas.
mataas.
Parang cyborg.
Parang cyborg.
Grabe
Kasi
tayo.
ang dami
Pero
nakakabit
yung
sa
ganyang
katawan
tao,
ko
hindi lang
So parang
disiplina sa
cyborg
sarili,
talaga.
di
Parang
ba,
bionic.
no?
Seen it.
Wow. Grabe.
I'll continue my story. So, if you hear it again, it's okay. But I'm taking something now, so it will normalize in a while. So, it was just to hear the girls scream. And the thing is, I heard Martin Rivera, ganun din yung ano sa kanya. Wow, grabe, galing din nito. Until one performance came where they said, Gary, can you sing a song about unity? So now there was a purpose. I was supposed to sing a song, not just to entertain, but to sing a song that carried a message. I thought, oh, sige. So I chose this one song that was written by a friend, Juan Miguel Salvador, and arranged by national artist Ryan Cayabyab. So kinanta ko. Narinig ko yung sigaw ng tao, pero it wasn't the typical, it was more, wow, what a song. Hindi yung, wow, ang gwapo-gwapo niya. Well, it was more, wait, excuse me, sir, what was the name of the song? Where can we get a copy? Yung ganon. And that's when I realized, wait a minute, I can,
Pero yung mga ganyang klase ng song, yan yung nagpapaano yun, no? Mas matindi yung
Yun
impact
yung
niyan sa tao.
magpapa-legend sa'yo.
Oo, yung mga ganyan, no?
Yung ganong klase ng kanta.
Yung may powerful message na, di ba, nagre-resonate
More
sa
than-
tao.
More than yung yung kilig ng mga girls na gano'n. Although it's all.
Meron din kasing parang to impress the boys as well, di ba? Yung parang, oy, galing mo na, angas mo na,
Oo.
di ba? Pero yung song mo, it inspired them. Iba yung
And they
dating mo.
remember. Yung
Oo.
gano'n. Iba yun.
with what I sing, I can do that. And that was the night that I came home and I told my sister, Diane, I said, Di, yeah, I think I want to go solo. I think I can see myself doing this as part of my profession. So my goal now is to always entertain, but knowing after all of these years na may mga pumupunta talaga sa concerts ko para makarinig ng konting word of hope, a little, just anything, Gary. Just, can you sing Warrior's a Child? Can you sing I Will Be Here? Can you sing Take Me Out of the Dark? Oh, I hope he sings this. I hope so. And then I get the feedback online. Kasi nagre-respond talaga ako sa IG, sa direct messages. You know, sometimes they'll give me the whole story and then they'll say, and you sang that song? Nakatulong talaga sa akin noon and it's helping me again now. Thank you, sir. You don't have to respond, sir. I just want to tell you thank you. And then I respond talaga. But that's my goal now. My goal is, if I'm the only solo act that does it, then sige, I'll play that role na lang. You know, I don't have to come up with any pop tunes and I just stick to what I know works and what I know can help and change people, you know. That's my goal.
Maraming salamat po.
Napaka-inspiring po.
Actually, that's what you're doing now because all your songs carry some message that I know in time will create an impact. And guys, it's on record na. So in 10 years from now, when people look for songs, when times change and they need songs that can help them out, they have people that they can, I mean, historical pa yung ginagawa ninyo ngayon. Can you imagine that what you're doing now is going to affect people for a long
May kumakatok na pusa.
long time. When the young people of today get older,
Oh,
they will look at their young
pusa
kids and
ako.
say, you want to hear a song
Narinig
that
niyo ba?
has to do with your problem? Listen to
Oh, may
this. Sino ba naman yan?
kumakatok, oh.
That's a group called SB19. At ano ba yung gento? Basta pakinggan mo yung ano. And that's going to continue and evolve. Perfect example, last. Alam ko, medyo madaldal ako, pero
Ako lang po.
the song Take Me Out of the Dark, written in 1986. Your parents were probably also that small. So 1986, I don't Take Me Out of the Dark, but I didn't realize that 34 years later, am I correct? Sorry, mahina ako sa math. Talaga, mahina ako. But in 2020, when the pandemic hit, I recorded it at home, just one camera, keyboards, take it. Yeah, but
Yung timing
Sir Gary,
din
Tito Gary,
kasi.
it's only your silhouette. It's not my face that I want to show people. I just want people to hear the message. Boof. And then it went viral and it hit people from all over the world.
Yung timing din
Reactions
kasi
from
ng ano,
people
diba?
from
And they
Switzerland,
needed it.
from the US.
Yun yung ginawa din ng Ikako eh. Tatandaan yung Ikako. Ganun din yung impact ng mga nakarinig na 18 nun eh. Yung time na yun.
They needed it.
Huh?
They needed it.
They needed it. And up to now, guys, I'm still getting messages na, sir, when I hear this song, sir, na nakakatulong sa akin. And I respond, hey, yeah, that's not me. I was just used. But it was time for them to hear it. When did they hear it? In 2025, 2024. When was it written? In 1986. So your songs that are
Like,
out
may
now,
timing
and then they've
din.
become old, and people will put aside, that the messages will ring on for a maybe even
Yung
for as long
mapa-isa yun
as
sa mga kanta ng
time is still
SB19 na
ticking,
masasabi kong
those songs will
pwedeng
still create an
ganyan
impact
talaga.
in people's lives. Either they'll move their feet to get up,
Kaya ano
or they'll
talagang
move their
ano
hearts
yung, maganda yung motivation na kapag artist ka, ang ano mo talaga, ang target mo, yung parang maabot mo talaga yung ano, may maabot ka na tao dun sa song mo na yun. Hindi lang parang, kasi ganito yung gusto ko ganito yung ano, ganito yung trip ko Parang alam mo yun, yung may intention
to get down.
talaga.
Oh, napakaganda nun. And it was not just because of us, Sir Gary. Kasi ikaw din ang isa sa mga naging inspirasyon namin growing up and listening to music. So, kumbaga, sabi ko kung may godfather of OPM, ikaw na yun eh. Kasi diba? Kasi kahit kami, nung mga bata kami, kahit unconsciously nakakanta agad namin yung mga kanta mo. Ever since yung inspiration na bibigay mo sa amin, talagang malaking effect po yung, kumbaga, sabi niyo may goal kayo, yung purpose niyo is to inspire people. I feel like na-inspire niyo rin po ang SB19.
You succeeded in your goal po.
Yes. Parang hearing your stories po, we are inspired, and I personally, parang ang na-realize ko na po, parang gusto ko rin yung career namin, marami pa pong mapagdaanan na magagandang bagay na maging fruitful din po for us, para po in the future we can also tell stories that would inspire more, just like you po, just like right now yung ginagawa niyo po. And ayun, parang we're very thankful din to be part of your story po, of your
Oh
journey.
my gosh.
For
If I wish it was on video when Paolo with my son, Paolo, when they say, Dad, you want to do something with SB19? And I hadn't met you yet, and you guys, and I'm like, wait, what? And all of the reactions and all, and tawanan kami sa bahay because of all that. Because somehow, we're in the same boat. There are things that you guys see with today's generation that I don't. So when I hear your lyrics, when I see the songs and the manner in which it is executed, people are not dumb. They're getting entertained, but they're getting more than that. So when they watch you and they see you and they hear you, so when I get requests, sir, dapat gumawa pa kayo ng mga collabs with SB19 dahil po yung mga kanta nila, ganito, ganyan. I know what they're talking about. But that's already a result of what you guys have been doing. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to carry with it so many challenges, even challenges that might make you think and say, okay, tama na. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Let's turn over a new chapter. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but nothing comes easy. It can come for free, but being able to carry it out there will be a lot of challenges. It makes the victory sweeter when there are challenges.
But it's true, di ba?
Stories.
Di ba paano ka manalo ka ng basketball? Ikaw, mahilig ka mag-basketball. Manalo ka sa basketball, sino kalaban mo? Yung mga maliliit na, there's no challenge. But when you play against guys bigger than you and then manalo kayo, oh man, that's the one you remember and you share with people again and again and again.
And thank you for sharing us your story, Sir Gary. Despite, alam mo yun,
Ano kaya yung mga yung mga magiging future songs ng SB19 na
Kasi may
naging bunga nitong
i-close
encounter
na nila
nilang to with Gary V, ano?
I-close na nila tong chapter na to, 'di ba? Di ba tong concert nila, parang may i-close na itong chapter na to. Nagbubukas sila ng panibago. Ngayon yung unang kanta dun sa nabubuksan nila. Dito sa kasama, di ba yung sa album nila ngayon? Ito yung Visa. Di ba hindi na to kasama din sa sa dati. So yung mga susunod after nito, ano na kaya yung parang focus nila, no?
Very interesting, no?
Mag-iiba ba sila ng style? Or maggagawa pa ba sila ng, diba, ng panibago? Kasi may album hindi mo alam yung hindi mo alam kung ano yung ilalabas talaga nila. Swerte ng mga nakabili na ng ticket, at mga nandun paano kaya yung mga no? Iba kasi pinag-iisipan pa kasi 'di ba yung ibang part ng yung sa concert venue, yung ibang tawag dito, yung ibang lugar doon, nakatayo ka. Eh di syempre, hindi kailangan very healthy ka, fit ka pagdating ng araw na 'yon. Ano yan? Hindi suppose relatable din. Nangyari sa team ni Sir Gary, di nakalipad kasi purong sa requirements. Ganyan yan, hindi lang sa mga artists, maraming Pinoy yan, nakaka-relate dyan sa visa na yan. So yung mga future songs pa nila, yung laman ng album, ano kaya yung, iba kasi po ang daming teaser di ba? Tapos na ba to?
Hindi ba?
Sige, play mo.
yung from the very beginning, kung saan ka nagsimula, yung biggest, kumbaga, regrets, fears, yung pinakamalaking decisions na ginawa mo all throughout time. And syempre, despite having diabetes, with all of these illness na kinakaharap mo, struggles,
Ay, si Laura De Vera, bye-bye
pinrove mo
po.
talaga na you are the Mr. Pure Energy. Kasi diba, yung
You asked the question kanina, Josh, that I didn't get to answer, where you said your biggest turning point in your life. This is simple. November 12, 1985, I sat on a table, talked to my brother-in-law, and he said, "Do you know Jesus Christ?" And I said, "Yeah. Of course I know him. He died on the cross. He rose 3 days later. I mean, who doesn't know him?" Then he asked me, "Okay, but if you died now, where do you think you'd go?" And I couldn't answer. And I told him, I said, "Bro, alam ko kung saan tayo pupunta with this discussion, but I'm not ready for this now. Can we talk about it next week?" He goes, "Sure, but what if on your way home?" Kasi Makati sila, nasa Pasig kami. "What if on your way home may mangyari sa'yo? After all, you never know when your time comes." And that's when I found myself talking about the Jesus I never knew. I said a simple prayer, and after the prayer, I said, "Amen." And I was smiling, and I said, "Vic," his name was Vic, my brother-in-law. Then I said, "Vic, why am I smiling? We were talking about Jesus earlier and I'm not smiling now." Then he looked at me and he goes, "That's the Jesus you thought you knew." And from that time on, hindi sa gumanda o gumaan yung buhay ko, may mga pagsubok pa rin, but now I could face it with knowing that I'm gonna win over this. I'm gonna get over this. And I'm not just gonna get over it, I'm going to get over it. And that's what's happened. When my book comes out, you'll see story upon story upon story of the victorious moments. May mga pagsubok talaga, but it's all been victorious.
wow, thank you.
Maraming
for that,
salamat
Sir Gary.
Pero
We believe na hindi lang dyan matatapos ang pag-inspire mo
Display
sa
siya dito.
maraming tao. including kami na
Still
na-inspire
as
mo.
your display
And
for
sa
today's
pag-inspire mo
video.
sa amin, mas marami rin kami na-inspire. And it's all because of you, Sir Gary.
Oh man, thank you, Josh.
Maraming salamat
Salamat
po
din.
for sharing
Thanks,
your
everyone.
time stories.
Yeah.
At syempre,
Sana po marami po kayong natutunan sa ating kwentuhan with Sir Gary V today. Kasi kami, sobrang dami, punong-puno ng inspiration and grabing notable quotes from Sir Gary. So, thank you so much po.
No, the pleasure was mine, and as long as your clock is still ticking, then you have the time also to make a difference in your life or and the lives of others around you as well. So
Right.
thank you guys. This was such a pleasure talaga to talk to you guys like this, where there's no work involved, because this is not work.
yes, we are enjoying our time. Sobra. We are enjoying our time. Kaya maraming
Thanks so
salamat po.
You're most welcome,
And
guys.
we hope na mas makapagkwento pa tayo sa susunod
Sana
ka na
ibalik
ng
din yung mga
beso.
ganito nila,
Thank you
no?
for everything.
Iba-ibang
Thank you for your
topic pa, iba-ibang
inspirations.
guests,
And thank you.
diba? Para-
Thank you, Ed.
For assisting, Sir
God bless
Gary.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hindi lang-
guys.
hindi lang
Thanks,
parang
man.
experience
Maraming
sa
salamat
SB
po.
as SB19.
And-
Alam mo yun?
Thanks, Fabio.
Let's go.
Kasi parang in
Grabe.
life, mag-i-enjoy ka, okay, mag-i-enjoy ka sa fangirl, fanboy, gano'n. Pero hindi mo madadenay na parte ng buhay yung mga kinukwento niya na gano'n. Na somehow, makakuha ng lesson ng mga tao na, yun. Kasi,
Nakaka din naman yung mga ganito nila na kahit silang 5 lang nag-uusap, talking about different topics, maganda rin naman talaga eh. Kasi they learn from each other, di ba? Actually nga, tingin ko, nakatulong yung mga ganito nila para maging
kasi, diba, minsan,
malakas yung band nila eh.
may time na, di ba, may time na yung nag-uusap-usap lang sila na parang hindi nila alam na may ganito palang thought yung isang kasama nila na, bawa kay Josh, hindi nila alam na ganito pala yung tumatakbo sa utak niya, ganito yung
Okay, Ken
experiences
din, di ba?
niya.
Si Ken kasi usually parang misunderstood. Pero di nila alam, may ganito pala siyang nasa isip.
But it helps all of them grow.
Grow.
Oo. Tapos, yung yung audience mo din na nakikinig dito, parang, rin, mag-grow din kayo sabay-sabay.
Ang ganda nga na itong episode na to. Ang ganda nito.
Tapos meron pa tayong mga ibang ganito na hindi pa natin napapanood, pero dapat may kopya tayo dahil hindi tayo pwede mag-Spotify. dahil nagwawala kapag naka-live. O yung mga nga pala, kung meron pa ba kaming request na hindi pa namin na napapanood? Yung mga request na hindi pa namin napapanood. Pag meron pala kayong request na bago, i-type nyo lang dyan, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa comments para yun yung panoorin natin next time. Bukod dun sa mga first time na podcast.
Ang nga lang, pagka yung mga first time na podcast, ang dami namin dal-dal. Nakakaumay.
Ang
Iba,
seriousness.
nakasar sa amin. Dami daw namin dal-dal.
Ang seriousness
Hindi kasi
ng
ganun
topic,
kapag ka maganda yung topic, parang mas madami ka masasabi, di ba? Mas engaging di ba?
Kasi from your own experience din, kung pareho kayo, kung similar yun na experience
You relate,
ko, diba?
you talk about it, di ba?
Yan!
Hanggang dito muna mga ka-SB19.
Next
Don't
time na
forget to
ulit.
like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye!